Hey folks, Champesk here, bringing you another audio commentary. Today I'm going to be doing a live game between Moon and Infi. I think we'll be quickly catching up to start off with, and as you can see it's on Plunder Isle, and this is the old school version of Plunder Isle, not the new one. In case you haven't seen the new one, there's a second path here, and there's a tavern here. All the creeps have been changed as have been dropped, and again there's a second path into the gold mine here, so you can't just, you don't just have this one ramp to defend. Yeah, it's a live game here between Moon and Infi. It's been actually moved forward a bit, so I was caught a bit unaware, but I do want to do it live. I was quickly taking a look actually, and Moon hasn't lost to a human in something like 9 months. I think high hopes for Moon at this point. We should be caught up to live any second now. As we can see, Infi getting a Mountain King and quickly creeping with Militia. We are now caught up to live, and a pretty standard build for him. Putting a farm up now in Moon's base. Moon has a hidden Hunter's Hall on the back of his base. And then that's why he's harassing. Obviously, he can't Ancient of War creep when he's putting up some late Ancient of Wars just so he can creep in just so he can get his Huntresses out a bit faster. And one Ancient of War there, another Ancient of War going here right next to these creeps. This Ancient of War certainly could be used for creeping his expansion out and then pushing. And since he is going for a 2 Ancient of War Huntress build, it looks like he will be staying at tier 1 for quite a while, probably getting a lot of Huntresses, maybe getting some ballistas as well, and just going for a sort of fairly all-out push. I'm not sure if Infi is now going for a expansion, bringing 6 militia as well as 4 footmen and his Mountain King, which is level 1, but actually got a Mantle of Intelligence, which is a very nice item for him, especially against the Demon Hunter, who will be burning away a lot of his mana, we can imagine. And then Demon Hunter is still obviously at 0 mana. Hunter's now chasing down this one peasant. So the first Hunter's out for Moon. I'm not sure it wouldn't be better used just creeping a bit. And Infi seems to have accidentally aggroed the creeps. I'm not sure, or these second creeps here. I'm not sure how he did that. Moon, buying a boots. No, he's buying a staff teleportation actually, and aggroing the creeps again, pulling them onto these these peasants. That's very nice for Moon there, and the first Huntress now coming round. Infi has now lost one peasant, but he's putting down a tower in a very safe position as well, so that's going to be very hard for Moon to try and kill. And Moon keeping his Demon Hunter right next to this bolted Huntress in the hopes that it won't be killed, but just uses hide instead, and Infi's now going to probably go and try and buy the dust, but I imagine Moon will actually just go and buy it. No, he doesn't. I'm not sure why Moon hasn't just bought it to stop Infi from buying it. I guess since Infi moved away, Moon could now move his Huntress, but just having the dust in general would be nice. Yeah, he does buy it. If he can't buy it in the future, that's not too surprising there. Moon's still at 0 experience and actually could get surrounded here. Not in a great position, but I imagine this first tower is, 1 Arcane and 1 Guard tower now up, and a nice surround there by Infi. Almost loses it, but he did need to reposition, and a nice bash there. Moon tried to use his staff of teleportation to get out, but Infi got a nice bash, and so he will be able to escape, and so Infi's going to be able to put down his Town Hall, which is very nice for him. This would mean a strong early advantage. And meanwhile, Moon has a couple Huntresses which he didn't bother to TP out. He just left them in Infi's base because Infi doesn't really have any defense. His first guard tower is about to go up, but apart from that, he doesn't really have that much. And Moon just sort of doing what he always does, sort of multitasking massively, having units all over the map. Demon Hunter's coming back in, fully healed up, obviously. It looks like he isn't going to be Ancient of War creeping for a bit. He's still at 0 experience as well. He will probably want to get some experience at some point, but it isn't too important. And a couple of Protectors actually going up here for Moon. This is quite nice. Obviously, Infi's main base is actually not that well defended, so as long as he can distract Moon Infi for long enough, it'll be nice. But Moon actually looks like he's going to lose his Demon Hunter here. Yeah, very careless by him there. I think he got bolts around and then killed, and that means that Mountain King's getting close to level 3 now, and that's something Moon should definitely be worried about. He does have this one Huntress, and it looks like he's been trying to aggro these creeps onto the expansion just by bringing them and then hiding his Huntress, but that's not going to work for long. And also, it's I'm not sure it's worked at all yet, and also it's almost daytime, so that's not going to hold up for much longer as well, even as a slight tactic. And Moon now with 3 Huntresses just trying to kill off a farm. Obviously, he can't really do much without his Demon Hunter back, so he's just stalling for time. But these 2 Ancient Protectors are now up, and I think this is the time Moon's going to want to be making his full push, and Infi is now just scouting it as well. So I imagine he's going to turn around his whole army. Yes, there he goes there. He's just going to try and take out these Ancient Protectors. and immediately putting down more towers on the base. Infi's now realised that the trouble he's about to face, and Moon needs to root these ancient protectors, I think, because Infi, as long as Infi can stay near these ancient protectors, he can stop them from rooting, really. But Moon has managed to root one, and Infi's just bringing in all of his militia, really, and that's just that's really what he needs to do. Demon Hunter now a bit surrounded, but does manage to fight his way out. Mountain King actually very low on health, and does have to run away. And looks like this is gonna go fairly well for Moon. Obviously, Infi does have an economic advantage by now, but as long as Moon can just keep on killing faster than Infi is mining extra, that's all just going to make the difference. And Team Hunter going from 0 experience to level 2 just in that one sort of brief skirmish, and there's no Arcane Vault actually down for Infi, so he's not even going to be able to heal up for a while, and so Infi has to run his Mountain King back, and Moon probably should try and get off a mana burn before Infi gets to 75 mana. But even then, I think Infi's in a lot of trouble here. Obviously, he has actually researched Backpack. That's a bit of an odd choice. Maybe he was hoping to pick up Dust or something secretly. Moon, but just slaughtering these militia, really. I mean, Huntresses are just so nice against militia, and well, especially just peons, but militia almost as well. And Moon uprooting his second nature protector now, bringing it in as well, and I'm surprised he hasn't tried to bring it within the range of the guard tower, because then they can attack each other, and really, as long as he's eaten a tree, that's just so good for the elf, because of the armor types, obviously fortified to heavy armor. Even with one armor upgrade, which Infi does now have, and he has actually put up an Arcane Vault at his expansion as well, but I don't think that's going to be useful for a very long time. Infi now with actually almost 150 mana, so he can almost get 2 bolts off. Looks like he can't really hold off this. He can't really attack yet. He's just got to bide his time. I'm surprised he's not creating more peasants so he can bring in some more militia. But it looks like he tried to sort of have a fake show of aggression there. But Moon knows that just by running behind the towers, he's gonna be fine. And Moon with 1-0 upgrades on his Huntresses now, so clearly he's gonna be dedicated to this push. He might actually produce some ballistas. I haven't actually checked. Yeah, actually he is producing some already. That's going to be very good just for the sort of siege position. He really needs to get this attack going, sort of, and it looks like Infi's just trying to block off his expansion as well, just so it's harder for Moon to come in with Huntresses and attack that. And in case I haven't mentioned, this is a game from Shadow League, which actually pros don't take too seriously. I think the first prize is like $700 or something, so it's not massive for them, and I think it's a chance to have a bit of fun as well as win. But they don't want to waste their best tactics on this, especially with their WCG and WC3L coming up, which have obviously much more significant prizes. And Demon Hunter is now back for Moon. I think it went back just to heal, and Infi sort of does now have defense. So that's gonna be very good against the towers, but not so great against the Huntresses or now these ballistas or the glaives, which are just sort of destroying these footmen. And some nice micro actually there by Infi. Some very low units being brought back, but he did lose a lot of units as well. And so this is going very well for Moon, really. Infi really having to spend a lot of his economy just repairing these guard towers. Moon obviously having to repair his towers as well, because he doesn't want to uproot and waste all that time and then get hit with a bad armor type and stuff. But actually I'm surprised Moon's attacking this footman with the Ancient Protector, considering that it is defend. But I guess Moon knows what he's doing, and Moon now using his glaives to focus on the town hall, and that's sort of quite good because it really puts a clock on Infi. It means he has to either spend a lot of resources on repairing, or he has to go for an all-out push, and really that neither of those things is really a good situation for Infi to be in. And actually Infi with a lot of mana, and Moon not using his Demon Hunter at all. It looks like it's just on hold position. It's now level 3 Demon Hunter as well, and I think this town hall will go down. Just Infi doesn't have enough to repair it, even with all his peasants repairing. He does now call militia just in the last second. That's very clever of him. But Infi says GG. So we're going to be going to game 2. It's a best of 3, and I'll see you there. Okay, folks, we're here for game 2 between Moon and Infi. Moon is now 1-0 up, obviously. And this is going to be a game on Turtle Rock, and this is actually close spawns, so it'll probably be very high action, and we'll hopefully get caught up to the live pretty soon. I think I'm not too far away from the live. Infi actually going for an early scout. We are now caught up with live. And this is very nice for him, because he's actually managed to bring all the turtles in and bring them onto the Ancient of War, so that's a very clever move for him. Obviously it's a bit of a risk, but in this case this gamble did pay off. And he isn't bringing in more militia right next, so he's not going for an immediate tower rush, but I think it's quite likely that he will be putting on quite a bit of pressure, especially with his Ancient of War having taken so much damage now. It's going to be pretty hard for Moon to creep. He's going to need to produce an archer and then need a tree, or maybe he could even uproot and need a tree and then send his Demon Hunter straight to harass. And he's getting a Demon Hunter, and Infi is getting an Archmage. So pretty standard matchup on like game one, where obviously Infi going for a Mountain King. That's it's not unheard of, but it's not the best against a Demon Hunter, and I think it didn't turn out too well for Infi, because obviously there's not much a Mountain King can do against towers, and unlike, for example, an Archmage, which can actually do a fair bit against towers, and especially Hunters as well, because of the piercing damage. And Infi has now finished this farm and is running out, and this is significantly before Moon's hero is even out. And Moon is now just pulling the creeps like normal, and it looks like he's going to do a very normal build. I think Moon got a bit lucky because he built a bit of an earlier Ancient of War than you used to see. I think the Pro Elves have sort of changed their builders very slightly to get a slightly earlier Ancient of War than normal, by taking one off of gold, and then or one wisp off of gold, so you have 3 on gold,